Hi, my name is Monique. This is Alexis, and we're with Vibe Realty in Abbotsford.
And we're here with our June 2024 market update, where we're going to talk about what happened in May.
Okay. Detached homes sales have increased by 19.7% from what they were doing last month.
Okay.
But they've decreased by 18.9% from what they were doing last year. So we're seeing less sales.
Last year, but more sales since last month.
Price has increased by 8.2%. So that's really no surprise, because normally we see prices just slowly rise to the point where you feel like, oh, I should have bought last year. Now I've kind of missed out.
Right.
But here's what's interesting is that we have only adjusted our price by 0.1% from what it was doing last year.
Okay.
So if you bought last year at this time versus this year, detached average is the same.
Yeah, even though prices have gone up and down throughout the year, it's interesting how we have reached the same marker as last year. And so the average price right now is $1,273,186.
Yeah. New listings have decreased by 15.9% from what they were doing again last month.
Yes.
And active listings are up by 5.3%. So
yeah, so we're seeing, less homes fresh on the market, and we're seeing more homes sit a little bit more. We have more inventory, especially since last year. It's an increase of 37.3%. So we are seeing more homes available to purchase, and you might have seen that, driving down the street, there's way more listing signs, and they're
suddenly saw all the for sale signs pop up.
Yeah.
And then we all just kind of held our breath for a moment.
Yeah.
So it is surprising that the sales are what they are.
Yes.
Because
and we'll talk about that later.
Yeah.
Bank of Canada announcement. We have a theory. Obviously, we probably think you do too. We'd love to hear your theory in the comments. But so for townhouses, sales have actually gone down by 21%, and down since last year by 33%. But prices are still going up. It's gone up by 2.3%. Since last month, and 4.3% since last year, making your average
$728,760.
Very interesting. So new listings also have dropped by 5.4%.
Yeah.
But they have gone up since last year, 15.2%. Active listings are up 18.5%.
Okay.
And up 49% since last year. So
49.5%.
Yeah, it's a big jump, and that means there is a lot more inventory on the market, which is encouraging to see, because obviously townhouses are in really high demand most of the time. There's not enough for that kind of middle market. Everybody's upsizing or downsizing. It's a great kind of transition home.
Yeah.
So I love that we're seeing more inventory. I'm surprised that our sales have gone down, but we'll get back. We'll get to that.
They're just taking them for, I guess.
Apartments
and condos. Yeah. Their sales have also decreased by only 6.3%. So not as dramatic as the townhouses. But by 20.8% from what they were doing this time last year. So
yeah, that is a big jump.
Not too surprising there. Price has decreased by 7.4% from what it was doing last month.
Yeah.
What's our new average?
$455,325.
Okay.
Yeah.
So prices are going down. But it has increased overall from for the last year. So it's increased by 9.6%. So still on that incline, but just more of those little dips. New listings are down by 15.3% from what they were doing last month. They've increased from last year by 17.2%. So
again, kind of same with townhouses. It helps with rental restrictions and age restrictions being eliminated. You're gonna see more people now list their places to get more value for their money.
Active listings, however, so these are homes that are not brand new to the market. They have been listed previously and are just sitting on the market,
waiting to be sold,
waiting for their new owners to come and buy them.
That's right.
Active listings, 8.3% from what they were doing last month. So that's not a big scary number.
But from last year,
we're up 67.5%.
That's a lot.
That is a lot of homes to be.
Yes. I also have another theory about that. And I think it has something to do with Airbnb rules that have just come into effect. I believe July or August, they come into effect. But now you cannot rent, detached homes. If you're living in that home, then you can rent it on Airbnb. If you have maybe a carriage home or a suite or maybe a room, that's absolutely fine. But if you have a separate dwelling, you are not allowed to rent it out on Airbnb. And I think people who have those specifically to rent on Airbnb are now selling them because they do not want long-term renters in those homes. That's not their business model. So that's my theory why there are so many more listings
I guess
for condos.
Thoughtful.
What do you guys think? Do you agree with me or do you think it's something completely different?
Yeah.
We'd love to know.
Love to know. Sales to active listing ratio. This is our beautiful graph that we talk about every month where we talk about if we are in a buyer's market, a balanced market, which is 10 to 20%, or if we're in a seller's market, and seller's market is anything over 20%.
Yeah.
So in April, it was 24.9% for Abbotsford. And in May, it was 22.5%. So we've gone down a little bit.
Yeah.
Not a nosedive by any stretch.
Yes. Yeah. We're definitely still in a seller's market.
Yeah. Compare that to the Fraser Valley Real Estate Board.
Yeah, in April it's 23.1% and in May it was 22.3%. So we are pretty much on par with the rest of the Fraser Valley with what's happening. So
we had some people reach out and were asking about, okay, this is the whole of Abbotsford. What about just detached homes? So we thought that was interesting. We'd bring it to your attention.
Yes.
That for April, it was at 14.9%. So we are
technically balanced.
Very balanced market.
For detached homes in Abbotsford.
Yeah. It did increase by a bit to 16.7% for May. So more towards a seller's market.
Yes. Yeah.
But not in a seller's market yet.
Yeah. I'm curious to see if that's going to keep increasing. I'd love to know what you guys think about that too, what you predict.
They were the only one that had sales in the positive percentage
for the month of May. So we're a little bit all over the place, it seems.
Yeah. Bank of Canada.
Yay! Guess what, guys? They lowered the overnight rate. By how much?
0.25%. Yay! I need some fireworks here. 4.75% is the new rate.
Yes.
So that's not terribly exciting, but we just want to look at it the long term in that they held for a very long time. It was very stressful.
Yeah, it's been the first decrease in I think over 4 years. So it's really good news for people who hold a variable mortgage or maybe a home equity line of credit. Those are always variable. It's not really going to change your payments if you have a fixed variable because just more of your payment will go to your principal instead of your interest. And then fixed mortgages, obviously, it's not really going to affect you at all because it's a completely different mortgage market for fixed. But we do want to celebrate that one small win, and hopefully it's the start to kind of maybe it's a little bit of a roller coaster.
Well, them noticing that the rates were too high, it was unattainable for a lot of people, and we knew that they weren't just going to dive in and drop 1% because that would be crazy.
They're much more conservative. But and rightly so.
Yeah, this is a good step in the right direction. So we are excited to see if next month they follow up with more, or if they're going to take like another 3 months to drop it.
To see what happens.
Yes. Yeah. So they're kind of test the water and
come back to see what happens next.
Yeah, we appreciate that. Also, if you like our video, share our video, anything like that, it helps more people that are interested in the market in Abbotsford find us, which is always good.
And we just want everybody to know what's going on. We think that you have the right to know about what the market is doing in an easy to understand way, and we want you guys to be the smartest person in the room.
Absolutely. Everyone loves to talk about real estate. Now you have some fun facts to share.
There you go.
Okay, if you are interested in what's happening in your local market because you want to be a real know-it-all, because we do.
If you just want to know what your home is worth in this market,
definitely reach out and we can give you even just a quick scan of what's going on in your neighborhood or your specific area. And when you have people over, because we have Canada Day coming up, you'll be able to talk about with real facts to your friends and family. Thank you so much for supporting us. We really appreciate it. And we will see you again next month.
Bye.
Bye.